Distinguished guests, heads of delegations, once again, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all here at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds for the swearing-in and inaugural ceremony of the President-elect of the Republic of Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to proceed with presenting the milestones and/or highlights of His Excellency the President's leadership from the period 1996 to 2006. During the period 1996 to 2006, again under the visionary leadership of President Museveni, we witnessed the strengthening of constitutionalism, the deepening of democratic governance, the pacific reforms that laid the foundation for sustained national transformation. During the same period, we saw the operationalization of the 1995 Constitution, with many institutions for the first time in 1996 to participate in a nationwide democratic process of directly electing a president in a free, fair, and transparent process. This historic milestone marked a turning point in the country's democratic journey, as a popular participation in election of leaders was significantly enhanced at every level of governance, from the village councils all the way to the national parliament. His Excellency the President remained steadfast in the continuation of structured adjustment programs and implemented wide-ranging economic reforms aimed at restoring macroeconomic stability and stimulating sustainable growth. Of particular significance was the liberalization of the economy and privatization of government parastatals. These interventions brought competition in various sectors such as telecommunications, banking, and industries, leading to efficiencies in the economy. Within the same period, 1996-2006, and most significantly, the professionalization of the Army continued, which had started with the transformation of the National Resistance Army to the Uganda People's Defense Force in accordance with the 1996 Constitution. It is also during this period that universal primary education was introduced in the country, particularly targeting Ugandans who would otherwise not afford to take their children to school. This period too marked the revival of the East African community, a process His Excellency the President spearheaded and continues to champion. Distinguished guests, allow me to note the arrival of the Right Honorable Prime Minister Right Honorable Robina Nabanja. Right Honorable, you're very welcome. Distinguished guests, I would also like to note the arrival of our former Vice President, His Excellency Edward Chiwano Kasekandi, and His Excellency Bokenya. You're very welcome, and thank you for gracing this occasion.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vincent Bajire. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a very good morning to all of you and welcome to this day that the Lord has made for this, our Republic of Uganda. And on behalf of the Director of Ceremonies, Her Excellency the Vice President, we want to invite you to enjoy our entertainment this morning. On the stage, we're inviting the Alur Agwara Cultural Troupe, who will be entertaining us shortly. But as they do that, we want to welcome our distinguished guests, our visiting heads of delegation who are here. We invite you to explore Uganda. We invite you to take a look at the screen and enjoy the flora and fauna of the Republic of Uganda.
Distinguished guests, allow me to announce the arrival of Her Excellency, the Vice President, Her Excellency Jessica Alupo Epel, who shall also be the Director of Ceremonies this afternoon. Your Excellency, you're very welcome.
Coming on stage, ladies and gentlemen, the Alur Agwara Cultural Troupe, who will be entertaining us shortly as we welcome you. Ladies and gentlemen, again we say explore Uganda. If you missed any of our beautiful videos of the various wildlife we have in this our beautiful country, we welcome you to enjoy the videos on the screen around this entire Kololo ceremonial grounds. We welcome you to share the images of today with the rest of the world as Uganda celebrates this, the inauguration day, this, the swearing-in day of His Excellency the President. Ladies and gentlemen, the Alur Agwara Cultural Troupe. On behalf of protocol, we are requesting that either non-protocol members, if you're not a member of the media, please clear the VIP area. Security and the protocol teams, let's clear this area. Her Excellency the Vice President will be joining us and we want to clear this area. So if you're not a member of the protocol teams, if you're not a member of the media, we would request that we clear this area to allow for protocol, receive Her Excellency the Vice President when she joins us, but also to allow for the free flow of our delegates as they make their way to the tent. So on behalf of the security teams and on behalf of protocol, we request that we clear the area in front of the tent to allow for our visitors to find their seats. And again, we humbly request, if you haven't found a seat in this tent, there is an overflow tent on this side, and we request the protocol teams, in case the main tent is full, to allow for dignitaries make their way to the overflow tent on our left, on this side. Protocol, please clear this area for the Vice President and her team. We will shortly be clearing this area to allow for our VIPs make their way to their sitting area, but also allow for Her Excellency the Vice President to see her colleagues and invited guests as she comes to join them. But also we request the media teams to move a bit back and allow for protocol to manage the arrivals of our distinguished guests. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to Kololo Ceremonial Grounds, the venue for today's historic function of the swearing in of the President-elect for another term of office for the next 5 years, from 2026 to 2031. Very beautiful Kololo grounds, well decorated with some of Uganda's leading tourist attractions. This is indeed a good marketing trick that the organizers have pulled off today. Uganda is known for its beauty, for its breathtaking terrain, and have very welcoming people. So we welcome all our visitors and all of your guests who have arrived here at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds. Everything is going on well. Our visitors and visiting dignitaries continue to arrive. The parade is fully constituted. Abannayuganda mwenna abatulaba era abagoberera emikolo gy'olunaku olwaleero, tubeeyanzizza mu bitiibwa byammwe mwenna, mwebale okujja wano e Kololo Ceremonial Grounds. Olunaku olwaleero lukulu nnyo. Tujja kubatulayiza omukulembeze w'eggwanga omwagalwa Abannayuganda gwe baalonda, General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Parade yaffe erimu ebibinja by'abokwerinda nga bakulembeddwa Uganda People's Defence Forces, Uganda Police Force ne Uganda Prison Service. Omuduumizi w'eparade ya leero Brigadier General John Bosco Asinguza ng'ajja kuba ayambibwa Colonel Stuart Agaba. Tulina brass band era z'ebibinja by'okwerinda zigenda okunyumisa omukolo guno bulungi nnyo leero, era nga brass band ekulembeddwa Colonel Moses Sentongo wa UPDF, erimu Uganda Police Force ne Uganda Prison Service. Naye parade ya leero egenda kubaako ya njawulo, egenda kubeera mu nyongeza ddala. Mu biseera ebituufu nga parade etandise ogwayo, ejja kuba egattibwako ebibinja ebirala ebikulu ebirwanyi ebya UPDF, Omungereza byayita arms, UPDF arms, nga bino bijja kubeerako ba paratroopers aba Special Forces Command, Artillery Division, emunde ennene emizinga, Motorized Infantry Division, emmotoka ezalwanire wansi ku ttaka, Armored Infantry batulagako mu bbanga wano ku parade. Ebyo byonna bye mbabuulidde. We welcome you to Kololo Ceremonial Grounds, and we thank our entertainment troops for the outstanding job you've done to keep our guests well entertained. As the group leaves the stage, another team to put up your best performance. Please come and take the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the protocol teams, we are requesting that this tent is full. Our distinguished guests to make their way into the other tents. This tent is full, and we request all the protocol teams, please do inform our distinguished guests that there is another tent on this side, and I humbly request protocol allow for our distinguished guests to make their way to the other tents. This tent has been fully occupied, and I would really request that the protocol teams manage that as we continue to receive our distinguished guests, and the PS will be running through some of our distinguished guests who arrived. Your Excellencies, heads of government and heads of state that have arrived, the heads of delegations that are here, and of course all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We welcome you to the Kololo Ceremonial Grounds on this inauguration and swearing-in ceremony day. We will continue to receive our cultural troops entertaining us from across the country, and shortly we'll be inviting Musanyusa cultural troupe to entertain us, but allow for the PS to recognize some of our distinguished guests and also share with us our transformation as a country as we continue to celebrate this the day the Lord has made.
Thank you very much, Maurice. Distinguished